Hello guys, in today's video I'm going to be sharing with you two secrets and two ways you can trade the boom and crash 300 indices the most profitable way, right? But before we do that, please, I'd like you to take just a moment to subscribe to this channel. If you've not done so, kindly hit that subscribe button down below and turn on the notification bell. That way, whenever I upload a new video, you'll be notified and you get to watch it. And my old subscribers, I welcome you back to my channel once again. This is CN Anna on the screen. You are watching CN Great Counsels and Forex Trade. I'd like you to give this video a thumbs up, like at the end when you are done watching it, right? If you found any value in it. But if you don't, you can give it a thumbs down and also leave your comment, decent comment, in the comment section of this video, telling us the kind of video you would want us to make. Please, advise you to stick to whatever teachings and counsels that you get from this channel, because in no time at all you're gonna be a multi-millionaire if you follow the teaching. So with that being said, let's just get into it. Now, the newest pairs of boom and crash or synthetic indices, or by extension, right? Yes, I'm correct. Now, these pairs are very volatile, very volatile. So much so that if you go to lower time frame, you hardly see a place for entry. Hope you can see that spikes everywhere. So that if you are a tick trader, you'll be scared of entering. And they hardly respect or obey indicator-based strategies, right? Just as you can see. You see, if you are a newbie, seeing the spikes alone, you get confused. You will hardly see a valid and long-term scalping opportunity or entry. Just as you can see, spikes everywhere. But then, that's why I've come up with the secret. Of course, when I did analysis on the pairs a few weeks ago, I said that the market has not actually created a lot of history, but then I've been studying it to know the best way you can trade it, and I've come up with two best ways you can trade this pair, and ignoring the spikes on the lower time frame that would that is enough to scare you away from the market, right? So how do you trade these pairs profitably? Talking about boom 300 and crash 300, it's very simple and highly profitable, and I am on it already, just as you can see, right? I took this trade early this morning and they've been in deep profit. Remember, they are very volatile. This pair allows you to use lot size of 0.1, okay, as the least lot size, but then you can take partial profit of 0.05 cent, okay, from that 0.1 cent, right? So the first secret and method you can trade this pair is to trade it for long term. Okay, it's just as simple as that. Trade it for long term, and to do that, you would have to train your eyes to look out for patterns on higher time frames. Why do you go to higher time frames? Because number one, signals taken from higher time frames are more reliable. Signals you get from higher time frames are more reliable. Okay, secondly, it is less noisy on higher time frames, and you actually see a better picture of the market and what it is doing when you look at it from higher time frame. I always emphasize this. That's why I said if you go to lower time frame, you hardly see a valid and convincing, let me use convincing entry, okay, because there are spikes everywhere. But when you ignore the spikes, the noisy spikes on the lower time frame, and you move to the higher time frame, you will see patterns and what the market is actually doing, and with further analysis you will know that you are going to enter. And even if it's spiking on lower time frame, you know already what the market is doing from higher time frame. This is actually secret I reveal to my students. But as you can see, I'm just going to draw a further trend. I'm going to release, there's another video on this, okay, because I already made analysis on this pair from the beginning of the year, and okay, but I just saw something like this. my students will understand what I'm doing in the actual sense, right? So if I am to extend this, bringing it down to this point, just as you can see, okay, now you would have seen something. Actually, this is my TP1, it has surpassed it already. Now to the downside, I can decide to bring in another trend line to the downside, running it from here. Please, I beg your pardon, I need to pick the trend line. Yes, I can run it from here up until this point. Okay, can run it up until this point, right? Let me adjust to be sure there's a touch, right? Now you discover that when the price got here, if I was to trade spike, it would have been a very strong and massive spike catching upwards, even up till this point. This market is actually moving this way in an uptrend, okay, but you can trade ticks, and that's exactly what I'm doing now, because this place gave me a confluence, but then I didn't spot it on time, even though I made the analysis from the beginning of the year. But then there was a pullback, a rally, and then he gave me a new entry and I was able to enter. So I'm looking at it that price will come testing this again before we'll be looking at whether it is going to break it down or not. Okay, so this is pattern and signals gotten from higher time frame, rather. Please, I beg your pardon. Signals gotten from higher time frame. Now if you go to higher time frame, even higher time frame, you discover that this was an analysis I made. In fact, I'm gonna make a different video. There's a different video on that, right? That has to do with the analysis I made on the different pairs, talking about crash 500, boom 300, boom 1000, crash 300, and the rest. I made an ad. Almost over 95% of the analysis are going positively well, right? So this is the number one way you trade the 300 indices, right? That is it. You can see, as soon as I'm done recording this video now, I'm gonna bring down my stop loss, a trailing stop loss to around this area, not very close to it, maybe around this place, because there was a kind of little rally around there while I wait for this point to be broken. Remember that the target, that's why the green line you're seeing, this green horizontal line, is my TP3, is actually my TP3. Okay, it's my TP3. Now no, that's my TP2, right? My TP3 is going to be here. My TP3 is going to be here, right? That's going to be my TP3. Okay, so as soon as I'm done recording, I'm going to lock up my profit by putting a trailing stop loss somewhere here or here, okay, depending on how long it will take for this to be broken, so that if the market rallies up again and my stop loss is hit, I will know that it's not going to respect or make a touch on this trend line downward, probably not as soon as I expect, right? So that's the number one way. You are going to be looking out for patterns. There are many patterns you can look out for: ascending channel, descending channel, top, double bottom, double top, and whatsoever chart pattern you can spot. Train your eyes to see them. I'll always look out for opportunities to go long, to trade for a long term. It can be on any time frame, but I advise you to look out for such trading opportunities from 15 minutes time frame and above. That's number one. Then the number two secret and how you can trade is to catch spikes on boom and crash 300, right? That's another profitable way to trade it. Why? Because of its volatility. Because the volatilities of this very pair are highly volatile. And then to do that, you really need to of course, you must understand the concept of support and resistance, the mechanism of the development of support and resistance. That's number one thing you need to know. You must also understand market structure, and you must have a good understanding of chart patterns. And finally, you must have a good and supportive indicator based strategy that would always give you accurate signal that will be coinciding with the signal that other patterns that you have, like market structure and support and resistance, is giving you. That's basic if you want to trade and catch spikes. But I tell you, it's extremely profitable trading and catching spikes on boom and crash 300. You can always use the 15 minutes and 5 minutes time frame to catch spike. Now with what I'm seeing here now, right, as you can see, this pair may eventually react around this point where it is now. It has started reacting already, which is why I'm going to bring down my stop loss. This is 15 minutes time frame. I'm going to bring down my stop loss to around this place just to lock it up, so that if it bounces and then goes up to hit it, I will know already this is my TP1 is hit already. I'm supposed to take partial profit. Remember I said you are allowed to take to leave even up to 0.01 or 0.02, 0.05 running. Assuming you opened a position with 0.1 lot size, you can close partially 0.05 while leaving 0.05 running, right? So I'm looking at it that if the reaction is going to be heavy on this pair around this place, I will reanalyze to know if I am to keep holding or to take my profit, okay, or to take partial profit while I put a trailing stop loss and then waiting for the price to get to this point, right? So that's just it. So please, many thanks for watching this video till this very end. Please don't forget the secret, the two secrets. A quick recap. Number one, you are going to be trading the two pairs I just mentioned for a long term, and to do that, I said you have to look out for patterns on higher time frames, and the reason is because signals taken from higher time frames are more reliable, and it's also less noisy on higher time frame, and as such you'll always see a better picture and of course better view of the market and what it is doing when you look at the market from higher time frame. And the second secret and where you can trade the pairs is to catch spikes on it because of how it spikes. I already showed you. If you go to lower time frame, you see spikes everywhere. It's just as if it's easier catching spike, but then to do that you must also understand the concept of support and resistance, market structure, chart patterns, and you must have a good and supportive indicator based strategy. So I'm gonna end this video right now, and I'll talk to you in my next video. Many thanks for watching this video, but don't forget to also subscribe if you are new, and you're getting values on this channel. It doesn't take you anything extra to do so. Kindly do that right away and turn on your notification bell so that whenever I upload a new video you'll be notified. And please, I'm gonna release a video on how the pairs I analyzed has been over the weeks, and you are going to rate it yourself, and you tell me how many percentage of compliance the pairs has actually given us over the weeks, and that will be very soon. I'll talk to you in my next video. This is CN Great Councils signing out for today. Bye.